The book I am recommending is The Feather Thief by Kirk Wallace Johnson. Published in 2018, the book is a dramatic blend of true crime, personal memoir, and natural history. The book details the author's investigation into one of the most bizarre heists of the century. In 2009, a talented young American musician named Edwin Rist broke into the British Natural History Museum and stole hundreds of rare birds. These birds were collected some 150 years earlier by naturalist Alfred Russel Wallace, a colleague and competitor to Charles Darwin. The break-in was not discovered by the museum until months had passed, and Edwin was not captured for over a year. Johnson first learned about the case while he was recovering from post-traumatic stress disorder he developed doing aid work in Iraq. He had taken up fly fishing as a hobby, and it was during one of these trips his guide told him about the case. Although Edwin had been caught, many of the feathers had never been recovered. Johnson quickly became obsessed with the case. Why would someone risk jail time to steal dead birds? Had Edwin truly paid the price for his crimes? And where were the missing feathers? Johnson delved headfirst into the investigation, tracking down Edwin to try to understand his motivation and to attempt to recover the missing feathers. His investigation led him all over the world and into the underground world of a community obsessed with the Victorian art of salmon fly tying. These ties require feathers from the most exotic, and in some cases extinct birds, and people will do anything to get their hands on these feathers, no matter the cost or legality. The premise of this book did not initially appeal to me, but I am so glad I picked it up, because once I started it, I could not put it down. The writing is compelling, well-researched, and it reads as a thriller. The true crime and detective elements of the book are intriguing, but I also love the narrative description of Wallace's harrowing journey to discover these birds deep in the rainforest in Malaysia, as well as learning about the history of the feather trade from the Victorian era to the present day. The book demonstrates both the difficulty and importance of preserving our natural history. The Feather Thief was named an Amazon Best Book of 2018, and Kirkus gave the book a starred review, calling it a superb tale about obsession, nature, and man's unrelenting desire to lay claim to its beauty, whatever the cost. This book will appeal to anyone who loves history, nature, or a good old-fashioned detective story. If you want to learn more about the book, check out the author's interview on NPR's podcast, This American Life, episode 654, entitled The Feather Heist. The Feather Thief is available to borrow from OPL using Cloud Library as both an ebook and audiobook.